Hey everybody, it's Abby. Welcome back to the channel. If you haven't seen my previous video about how I did this makeup look and kind of a chatty, get ready with me style, you can definitely check that out and subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. But today I'm going to talk about how, basically, why I'm trying to be minimalist. The channel title is Loving Minimalist. I thought about changing it, but I don't know at this point. I really don't know anything at this point, so I'm just leaving it for now. But basically, the gist of it is that I'm trying to be minimalist out of necessity, so I just don't have the money to be spending on buying a bunch of stuff like I used to, because when I lived with my parents before I moved out, I had a really good job for someone my age, my area, with my education level, and I was totally, I wasn't completely irresponsible, but I wasn't the most responsible I could have been. I didn't save hardly nearly enough that I needed to. Like right before I moved out, I tightened my belt and, saved up a bunch so I could pay my deposit out. My arm on the table, but I just saved up a bunch so I could pay my deposit for my apartment and get some furniture and stuff. And then I just I kind of got upset, almost offended, because my mom would be like, "Why do you get so many packages? Don't you have enough stuff?" I'm like, "Don't tell me what to do, don't tell me how to live my life." But she was right. I was buying makeup 2 or 3 times a week, and then I would go to the store and buy more makeup, and then I would go buy clothes, order clothes online, and it just wasn't sustainable because I really needed to be saving up. And I now realize darn well that I could have paid off my student loan while I was living with my mom, and I didn't. And I really should have, because it wasn't a huge loan. I only went so what happened was I went to a community college for 2 years, which my mom worked at, so I got 2 classes for free, and then I had keys money, which, if you don't know what that is, basically, if you have above a certain GPA, or if you rank highly on the ACT and advanced classes, and then the state of Kentucky would give you X number of dollars per semester towards your college if you went to a Kentucky school. So with that money and my mom's 2 classes for free, I basically went to community college for free to pay my books. And then I went to Northern Kentucky University for a year, which was actually a big university. I couldn't use my mom's tuition discount there because it was a different college, and then I went to and then I used part of my keys money, but then for the rest I had to take out a student loan, which only ended up being about $6,000, and I have a little over $3,000 left on it. But I still, that's not a whole lot, but I still could have paid that off and then been putting however much I pay a month for that back for something else. So yeah, I just now realized that I was irresponsible when I was younger, and if I would have been smart and saved up, then I could have invested even, and I could have had quite a bit of money even by now at 22, instead of spending it all when I was 18. So now so that's the money side of it. Now with the stuff side, I was living with my mom when I started this whole thing, and I realized that I just have too much stuff. And when I had a tiny little room, it was maybe 10 by 12 foot room, and then not even a walk-in closet, just one of the ones that's has the 2 sliding doors, and then you can has a rack to hang your clothes, and that's it. Had that, and then my room, and the amount of stuff that I packed up out of that room when I moved into my own place was ridiculous. I don't even know, it didn't even fit in my apartment, honestly, and I don't even know where all that came from. And I just realized wow, I should probably have gone through this more when I moved, because I went through some stuff, decluttered a little bit here and there, got a little pile of stuff to take to Goodwill, and I just didn't keep on top of it, and I kept so much stuff that I didn't need. And then now I took that with me to my first apartment, and then I tried to declutter there, and I didn't do nearly as good of a job as I should have. I still have stuff in this apartment. I haven't actually bought hardly anything like furniture or like big stuff for this apartment. And I mean, this apartment's a lot bigger, but still, I just have so much stuff that I don't need. And this apartment doesn't have any freaking closets, so I don't have anywhere to put it. That's why if you see in the corner of my videos back here, behind the bed, it's piled up with stuff because there's not a closet. So that's like our makeshift closet is behind the bed. But I really dropped the ball on this, and before I move, I talked about this in my Get Rid With Me, but basically once, you know, like, we sat down and talked about it, and once we save up X amount of dollars, I'm not going to say how much, but once we save up X amount of dollars, then we're going to move somewhere else. I'm not going to say where either, but, I mean, you'll know after it happens. I'll just say that, but, basically, I've moved, well, actually, before I lived with the house that I lived in, how do I want to explain this? Before I moved into the last house I lived with my mom, we moved to northern Kentucky when I was in 7th grade, which before that I lived in pretty much the same place all my life. And then when I was in 7th grade, we moved, and then we lived in that house for a couple years. We moved to like in a house that was like twice the size. Lived there for a couple years, and in that house, my room was huge, and I had my own bathroom inside. It was like the in-law suite kind of thing, where the bathroom was like inside, like you couldn't get to it from unless you went through the bedroom. And then I had a walk-in closet, and I didn't have that much stuff. Like, my room wasn't always messy because I had places to put stuff. I mean, I had a lot of boxes in the closet, but like it had shelves and things, so it wasn't that big of a deal. Like, I didn't really notice. So it might have been a lot. But then we moved to that last house with my mom. It just kind of exploded out of control, and I don't know if it was because my room was smaller that it just seemed like a lot more stuff, but yeah, it just got out of control at that point, I think. So yeah, so I've moved, let me see, I'm not counting that first house and lived there, but so we moved 1, 2, yeah, so I've moved 3 times with all this crap that I should have decluttered a long time ago, but I just haven't. And I know somebody commented on my the last video I posted about decluttering the craft area. I didn't really declutter anything. Like, I think I'm gonna definitely do another video about that, because I looked back at that drawers, the chest of drawers, which I want to get rid of those before I move out of here because they're falling apart, and they're not going to survive another move, but I need to get rid of all the stuff out of there. And there's like beading stuff that I haven't touched since I was like really, really young. And then I've got like sewing stuff, which I kind of use, but I have another box that I can put all that in. And then I have scrapbooking stuff that I don't use that I can get rid of. So basically that's everything that's in those drawers, and I can get rid of all that. So I think I'll do another video about the craft area, but basically the gist of why I want to be minimalist is I don't need this much stuff at this point in my life, and I foresee myself moving quite a bit, you know, over the next 5-ish, maybe 10 years, I don't know. But I just, like, I've thought about buying a house, and I looked at buying houses, and I just kind of, I don't want to have something that permanent, you know. I mean, of course you can sell a house, but it's just, like, selling a house, I think, is a bigger hassle than trying to get out of a lease, which is what I'm trying to go through now, which is why I need to save up that money, because I need to pay off this lease before I move, and it's going to be less, I think it's going to be easier for both me and the landlord if I just pay off the remainder of what I owe on the lease and then leave. than trying to end it early and then paying them for the advertising and all that stuff. And if I pay off the rest of the lease, I'll probably get my deposit back, which is going to be super helpful. But if I end it early, like I did at my last apartment, they're not going to give me the deposit back. And I didn't like wreck the place or anything, so it's going to be fine. But the plan for now is I have already pre-filmed all those decluttering videos. So after all those go up, I'm going to, and this is not for the sake of YouTube videos, this is like for me. I'm going to go through the rest of everything else. I mean, like, we're down to probably a couple months before I may move, and I'm just going to go through everything. Like, be totally cutthroat as like, I was watching Jessica Murphy, her decluttering videos, but she doesn't like makeup, but I don't know. But I'm gonna go through everything and just be completely honest with myself. Like, am I gonna use this? Is this gonna fit wherever else I move? And, you know, if the answer to those is no, then it's going in the dumpster out back, or to Goodwill, or to something. Actually, I don't think I want to donate to Goodwill now. I want to, I want to just bring that. There's like a charity shop down the street, so I'll take it there instead of Goodwill. But, and there's not even a whole lot of stuff left, honestly. I did get rid of quite a few things, as you've seen in those videos. I got rid of 4 trash bags full of stuff, so maybe this time I'll like try to do 10 trash bags full of stuff. I'm sure it's possible, honestly. But I just don't want this much stuff. I don't have a problem necessarily with having a bunch of stuff, but it's like the space issue and the money issue that's really the biggest things, because I can't afford to, you know, maintain this amount of stuff that I have. And, you know, if I have a bunch of stuff sitting around that I'm not using and I'm just moving back and forth from place to place whenever I move, then it's just a bigger hassle. So yeah, when I move, I'm not going to box up. I'm not going to put anything in a box, like a moving box, that I'm not going to use or I haven't used in a long time. This is the part of the video where my train of thought doesn't just go off track. It completely jumps off of a cliff and falls to its death. Oh, what I was saying. Basically, I don't have a problem with having a bunch of stuff. It's just that I don't have enough money to be keeping up with it, and honestly, I don't have time to be keeping up with it, because I've been living in this apartment since March, and it's now August. I don't want to do math right now, but because I'll lose my train of thought for the 15th time. But it's taken me this long, and all the boxes still aren't even unpacked. And there's not even a place to unpack them to, so it's not going to happen that they get unpacked. And I don't want to do that again. I want to be able to have a couple boxes, unpack them in, you know, a day or two, and be done. So I don't want to be sitting here like stressing about it, like when you guys are seeing this mountain of boxes back there in the back of my videos, which I think in the last apartment they were pretty well hidden because we just stuffed them in the hall closet. But sorry this video was so scatterbrained. Hopefully you got some kind of information from it. Basically, the too long didn't watch version of this, which I'm sure if you didn't watch you clicked away already, but basically I'm going to get rid of everything else that I don't need, just because I am tired of moving it around and I can't afford to buy more things. So I'm trying to like reset my brain to be okay with having less. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.